Okay, so time starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's oh, we got the bad. This requires a bit of character RNG right here, but thankfully, it works alphabetically when you select a character. If you go to the left of them, then it'll pick the character that's closest to them on the character grid. I'm not sure if this applies for DLC characters only, but that's a thing. Anyways, I failed that. I know that Carolina's slow, so... you're kidding. This is not going well, to say the least. But, I'm actually upset. Character wheel RNG comes into play here, not usually, but sometimes it does, and this is one of those cases. Okay, there we go. So now we've grabbed that ledge that's just barely too short for us to land on normally, and because of that, Old Lace is technically out of bounds, and then we could just jump away. There's actually like a secret loading trigger that the devs put in here that you'll see there. Usually you have to go through a boss fight with that hammerhead guy you just saw. We have demolition mode on, which means that certain mini-bosses, like Electra here, if it ever loads, can just be one-shotted by walking into them. It's kind of like demolition mode in the Incredibles run, which most of you hopefully did not see. I just kind of call it the infinite sword glitch of this game. Now we're going to try to do a lunge clip, which is what this is. Certain characters have like a move where they go towards a target. It's for characters who don't have projectiles but still needs to target, and we can use it to go through stuff if there's something to target on the other side of a wall. And for this section, usually we're supposed to like shoot it, but we can actually use a beam in order to get rid of these little cannons on the side of Kingpin's cars like earlier. I see someone in my chat that's not good. You should go to LEGO speedruns, because that's where this marathon is taking place. Now we just have to wait. This happens in the regular game too. I'm really not sure why, but you have to wait for Lego pieces to become buildable. I'm not sure what I can do to avoid that. Maybe it has something to do with me getting rid of Electra too quickly, but this waiting period is mandatory. We can build that before that little cutscene showing it comes to light. The game audio is just really low. So now Kingpin, we get to fight him directly. We gotta build some music because dancing is his only weakness. If you ever meet a crime lord, the only way you can defeat them is through music. That's a real life fact there. So, just for your information, you know? In case you ever have to take down a crime syndicate, just make them dance. Alright, and we're gonna see TSG, because characters that shrink, like, do their attacks really fast. And we can give our custom characters super speed, so we can make their attacks even faster. I turned the volume up. I'm not sure. It was muted. My volume was muted. I turned it up. I just forgot to unmute my audio. Is that better now? I hope it's not overpowering.
Excelsior!
So there's loading screens, as I said. The hub takes a really long time to load. Which is unfortunate, to say the least, but in the meantime, if Oh wait, I don't have chat open. I was gonna say, if someone wants to give me a song request, I will do it as long as it's appropriate. Because that's something I do on my stream sometimes. Anyways, the next level is Avengers World Tour, which is essentially 3 levels in 1. And this is the first time we're gonna see a couple of stuff. Oh, well this isn't according to my splits actually, so I messed up, but we're just gonna do the level.
The times to bring you the Daily Bugle live stream, a webcast hosted by me, J. Jonah Jameson. Don't be fooled by the term webcast.
We're going to land as close to that facility as...
Please stop flooding my stream with corn. Sorry, we have some memers in my stream chat. Don't go there, please. Stay on the LEGO speedruns because that's the charity one. And we care about sick kids more than we care about corn. Here's more loading. So I'm about to do a clip called, I call it Groot and Rocket clipping. I don't actually call it that. I never really gave it a name, but that's what it is. So right now I'm gonna tune in. We got TSG here by complete luck. And I'm gonna select Rocket Raccoon Ravager, since that's the variant that can fly. That one was in the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 DLC. And then I'm also gonna grab Groot. This is a very slow run. I don't really care. I didn't want that. I wanted small Groot. But Groot and Rocket have this thing where essentially they can ride on each other's shoulders. If Groot is small, then he can ride on Rocket's shoulders, and if Groot's big, then Rocket can ride on his shoulders. And as a result of that, it's basically Big Rocket is treated as a vehicle, which means you can get off with the same mechanics that you would regularly use as a vehicle, even though Groot has attacks. Oh, what? I didn't want that.
Legendary outlaw.
Oh no.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. So I'm gonna get Big Groot real quick. A mechanic in this game is that Groot can change between his older self and his younger self. I forgot to mention that. Okay, so the clipping method involves getting an animation where Rocket clips through the door. It doesn't actually update Groot's status when it clips in the animation, but it does update Rocket's status. So you can abuse that to go through walls, which would be a big development if Rocket and Groot were in every level, but they're not. They're only in 2 together, and it's useless in one of those levels. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Anyways, we need to get, where is he? I hate character grid, honestly. We can just hop through here again, so that's something, I guess. Gonna tag in. I was not actually in the thing there for a second. We're gonna find TSG. That's my prerogative. Find TSG. Because he's a fast boy. The TSG custom character isn't the best. It could have been better, but we're running on a deadline and I took way too long with that segment as it is. So my estimate's also way off. So this is a disaster. Long story short. So we can actually just ignore these guys and do this puzzle right here. This is a mechanic where you can bounce cap shield off these bumpers. And it's something that you'll be seeing a couple times throughout the run. It's not a big mechanic, but it is certainly a mechanic. This is a strat that actually Prince found, believe it or not. If you stand right here where Captain America's gonna be launched back in just a second, after my game stops crapping itself. then we can actually get some early hits in. Usually we have to wait for him to attack. Usually we have to wait for him to attack, but here we can just immediately do it. And as such, we can get this little mini boss over with much quicker. Well, that wasn't a fast fight, but it could have been a lot better, but oh well. The reason why we gave TSG weapons is because it actually extends his hitbox, and we need that. Otherwise, when he's small, his hitbox won't be enough to go through certain enemies. So...
Your resistance is meaningless. Join me.
Here's an example of my game not being good. When I tell you this game's really poorly optimized for a computer, I'm not kidding. We need to kill all these guys in order for his shield to come down, which is really easy with demo. I don't know what it's called. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called destruction mode.
This cannot be happening. You shall not defeat me. Your resistance is meaningless. Join me willingly. No, this is not right.
This is one of the few LEGO games where invincibility isn't actually an extra. Also, Cap is back, so we need to deal with him. Oh, hey, look, we have a dinosaur here to help us. Just LEGO games, you know? Just LEGO games.
You will pay for that insult. Weak fools. You are no match.
Alright, so this is the second part of the level. I actually have separate splits for this, well, sub-splits. It's the only split that I have sub-splits for because, as I said, it's basically 3 entirely separate missions sandwiched into one. They have barely anything to do with each other. They're completely different aesthetically. Like, as you can see, now we're underwater. So this has a pretty neat skip, if I do say so myself. And it is called a Tuma skip. Throughout this level, there's a villain named Atuma who will constantly show up and ruin things for you. You have to fight him 3 times in a casual playthrough, but here we don't have to fight him at all. And I'll show you why in just a second. Here, I'm really bad at 1P2C. I'm no prince. So our utility character is equipped with 2 beams, as well as all the abilities that it allows you to have without overriding others. And he can shrink and fight. Those are his abilities. That's how my custom character is laid out. Anyways, we need to get both of these guys up. And I'm tired of being invincible, because you can make your custom character invincible. That's a thing. Could you please shoot at me? Please? Or not, I guess. Usually there's a death warp that you can do there. Theoretically, you can do that death warp from the outside and skip doing the lever, but I haven't really implemented that strat yet. So how we skip Tuma is we use both of these at the same time. And we can walk out, and it'll trigger Atuma. But the thing is, while Atuma's here and grabbing that character, Atuma can't spawn anywhere else. So that's pretty cool. I am not doing well with 1P2C, but that's okay, because I can just abandon this for the rest of the run. And we can use this pipe. Usually what's stopping you from fighting Atuma is he'll either come after you and the pipes are disabled, which is difficult because you'll have to swim all your way there, which makes it less faster to just leave him there. But if you use another pipe while the Atuma fight is still going on, then you can just completely treat the game as if he isn't there. And I'm gonna attempt to clip here. Okay, I got it. So that's another kind of ledge clip right there. It's underwater only. There's 2 water levels in this game, and that's basically the only time where it's actually useful to use it. This is not going to be world record, I don't think, by the way. It was pretty slow. Please let me drop out. Alright, thank you. So TSG is going to help us out here. But now Spider-Man's gonna help us out. Wait, can Hawkeye do this? I gotta know. Oh, he can. Cool. So we're actually gonna not use that at all. We just need to get the cutscene to trigger by doing that. So that's the shocker. There's some pretty funny haha lines in story, but he kind of shuts up when you do it in free play. So we're gonna go with the same mentality of characters that are smaller, can shrink, are faster because their attack speed up. This is usually the best attacker that we have in story mode because it's Miss Marvel. Usually her attacks when she's large are really slow because of how far they reach, but when she's small, she's just so fast and she has so much range.
Now you can join our little party. My friends would love to meet you.
So this is a Mr. Fantastic pad, I mean an Elastigirl pad, I mean a Miss Marvel pad. Sorry, they're all very similar. Anyways, there's a chance that he will spawn right on us. And when that happens, demolition mode just kills him right then and there. And so it actually skips that quick time event. I'm not sure if it's actually faster, and it's definitely not consistent, but it's pretty funny when it happens.
Let us see how you heroes survive in the wild.
Alright. Oh, dang. TSG can do that, because he's amazing. Now, hopefully this lion does not maul us while we're in this cutscene. I think I'm out of the way, so we're good. We actually have to wait for him to finish doing the mauling before he'll go and eat his snack. By the way, Kraven's just always there hiding in the bush. He thinks he's really sneaky, but in actuality, I know he's there. I just can't attack him. Fun fact, if you hide in the bush, you can't be hurt. That's a little fun fact for y'all. So Kraven's boss fight is really annoying because he has all these attacks that make him invulnerable. But it looks like I'm getting, oh, I was getting really lucky there. That was like a really, that was looking like a really good Kraven. I'm sorry that I don't have Marvel Cinematic trivia for all of you out there. Where is he? Oh my gosh, the spikes push me upwards. I haven't seen that before. That's never happened before, guys. I've never seen it. So, this is Dr. Octopus. It's a really, really scary fight. I swear. I have trouble with it. A lot of runners think of this as where runs die. Just simply because of the difficulty of this boss fight. So we have it kind of earlier in the run because of how hard it is. Oh guys, I don't think that this is going well. I think I might die. Oh guys, I did it! Oh my gosh, guys. I seriously thought my run was gonna die there. Seriously. So the reason why he basically does nothing is because Dr. Octopus has a set path that he goes to. If you knock him off that path by moving him, he just doesn't know what to do. And so he just stands there while you wail on him. I'm really not sure how the devs missed that one, but hey. So that's World Tour. That's the longest level, in story mode at least. I think that maybe some others take the cake for the longest in this category, because it's kind of sped up here, just a tiny bit. So next up is the level that I was supposed to do, and it's Symbiote Surprise. I'm not actually kidding this time. This is where runs go to die in story. And that's because of a skip that we call reactor skip. Speaking of story,
City on Earth, but here in Chronopolis it's got competition. With yet
that's a dead
another
run.
New York. This other Big Apple is rotten to the core. Some future neon.
That's a dead run. So in story, there's reactor clip basically involves getting the symbiotes in level that possess you to clip through a door. The symbiotes move around because they're AI controlled, and they have an attack that puts them on the opposite side of someone that they're attacking, and that attack can go through walls. The problem is it's complete RNG. Complete RNG. There's barely anything that you can do to influence it. You can either get it done in 2 seconds, or you can lose like 5 minutes. More than that. There's no set time. It can go on forever. It's where runs go to die. And it's part of the reason why story is not the most desirable category. The problem is, it saves so much time. Like, it's a multi-minute skip. I don't remember how much exactly, but it's at least 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or 5 minutes. I know it's a big time period between them, but here, what we're gonna do is we're going to just group rocket clip through.
More chili.
It's so much easier. In my world record, which was the first one I ever did, I did a save strat that lost time because I couldn't figure out how to clip in this first room. And so I have a lot of time to save here. But it doesn't look like I'll be saving much because of my mishap.
It's always nice to have visitors. Did I mention I've got a little party waiting for you?
So those are the symbiote guys. We're just gonna stay out of their way. Just leave them in their little cage. You know, I think they're fine in there. They have a friend. Alright, so same deal. Get an attack that clips you through. And it's a big, like, uppercut that he does. That animation puts him through the wall, but his position doesn't update. Only Rocket's position updates, and that's the reason why we can actually jump off while it's going on, because we're on the other side of the wall. And have no collision ourselves while we're on it. It's very similar to the Incredibles throw that was in this marathon earlier that I commentated and found. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. I didn't lose a lot of time there, but what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to use Ms. Marvel because of how much damage she deals. We got a lot of damage done anyway, so I think it's okay. For this segment, we've just got to kill these little doctors that have been possessed by the symbiote, and then Carnom, who is a fusion of Carnum and Venom, Carnage and Venom, is the boss fight for this. In the game, they discuss what to name him. It's a big debate. It's a big plot point. The other option was Venage, and they're like talking about how that's not a cool name, and I think Carnum is the silliest name of all time. So I just hardcore disagree with them. he'll die soon. I'm actually going to use Star-Lord for this next section coming up. So this is the second phase of the boss fight, where he turns into this thing that looks pretty dorky, but is actually pretty lethal. How you end this boss fight is pretty bad, honestly. I'm like barely doing any damage. Please stay away from me. Oh, stupid ninja. That can happen. Auto-targeting in this game is weird. Whoa, the heck. Yeah, this is not what you want to do. That attack sucks because you lose so much time bursting out of this bubble. I thought that I was maybe safe up there, but no, you're never safe. So this is where you want to be a Spider-Man character because it can only be triggered at the end by Spider-Man characters. Where you do something where you pull his tongue out. So we're gonna see if we can get that. It only happens like during certain attacks that you can actually trigger it, and it's pretty random. It sucks. There's that attack. Oh, and Spider-Man can't swing here? There, this is the time when we would try to do that. See, there's the tongue attack. I definitely didn't say it any time there over my PB. That was a pretty sloppy fight. Anyways, you gotta mash here. I'm no good at mashing. Next up is Castle Hassle.
Excelsior!
Anyways, I just got rid of a blanket on the fly. This is our next level. It's Castle Hassle. We're gonna be doing this is a new type of old lace clip. The other ones that you've seen so far, for the most part, have just been ledge clips, which, as I said, is what happens when there's like a surface that you can grab that's just barely below the flight barrier that you can clip through as old lace. This one is just a type where it just spits you out in confined spaces because it just doesn't know what to do with you.
More bad guys, huh? No sweat.
These types of clips are only possible with like small characters, and that reason is because they're the ones who can get closest to the top of objects. So here's another trigger that you're not supposed to access. I really don't understand how that came to be. Anyways, I'm gonna do marathon safe strats here because this sucks, by the way. See? It's so hard to like actually like use magic on these because of like how the short duration you actually have to press B and how long it takes to get rid of it.
I must be prepared for the sake of every Avalonian.
But usually what I do is I get out of bounds at the start there, I fly into that cage, I use the
Someone else.
the Captain America shield holder,
Match my skills.
and that starts the boss fight. Anyways, thank you. For why switching is bad, I'm not sure why I do it. Anyways, oh.
I see you've let yourselves in. It is so kind of you to come along. The witch and the tree put up quite a struggle.
I'm gonna try to TSG here.
I am Groot.
This boss fight's actually the reason that we need the weapons,
You will not win this day, Black Knight.
because otherwise they won't be able to reach him. Like, small attacks with custom characters just won't reach his hitbox. Hurt box, rather.
That's all. You will not win this day, Black Knight. Oh, who put those spikes there? Oh, that's right. It was me.
Did I just... Oh, that's so sad. I knocked him over. You can't take a villain seriously after saying something like that. Just, it's pathetic. This run's not going well, and I'm gonna be super behind estimate. I'm not sure why I decided to make my estimate so low. Probably because I'm a dumb. Okay. So that was Castle Hassle. Next up is What's Claws is Mine. What's Claws is Mine. It's a dumb name. And it's going to feature yet another type of clipping. This one is, well, I'm just going to show it to you. In story mode, what we do here is we use a wheelbarrow, which is a vehicle that you pull behind you. When you use it, your character doesn't have any collision, and so you can use it to just back yourself into a wall and then hop off. Game? Okay. I have no idea what the time is. I forgot to start my splits, so... oh, I'm going way too far. What is wrong with me? I'm so used to replay story.
Kang claims to have stolen Manhattan and added it to other regions.
This sucks. The runs that I'm featured in are a train wreck. I'm gonna assume that I'm a bad luck charm. That actually features the longest in-game cutscene. Because timing, for some reason, I'm considering changing the timing rules, but that would require a lot of retimes, and I'm not down for that. Makes it so that you skip like the opening in-game cutscene of whatever your level is. And so technically, because that intro cutscene's so long, if we make it the first level, that's like the most optimal, and we could save 30 seconds. But I don't do it because Noir Nightmare and Symbiote Surprise and Story are just too much of a run killers to be put anywhere any more down than they are. But here it would be optimal to put that first. I just don't want to have to redo my splits because I'm lazy. Anyways, we're gonna use the man, the legend himself, Stan Lee.
Yes, new goon on the block, Kang, claims to have stolen Manhattan and added it to other regions he has conquered from across time and space. This new Time City, or Chronopolis, has Kang Citadel at its center and is said to exist out of time. Kang also claimed...
So this is the long cutscene I'm talking about. That wheelbarrow you may have saw on the right, that's what we use to clip in story mode. But technically it's slower here, so I'm just going to use this clipping method. So I'll start to explain it. In story, there's only one character who both can web swing and has the teleport ability. And that's, oh gosh. And that is Gwenpool. Not Gwenpool, just Spider-Gwen. And so, as a result, what did I just do? I'm an idiot. Don't mind me. Wow, I'm dumb. It's really great that they gave me no flying characters. I love that. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun.
Is ready to strike once more.
There we go. So we're gonna use yet another trigger that the devs put in that never got used. I'm really not sure why there's so many of them, but there just kind of are. Those flamethrower guys can be annoying. So this boss fight sucks. You'll see in a second that he has a life bar over his head. Yeah, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the slightest, because he's on a timer. He only has one attack that he's vulnerable in, and that appears only after a while. And so we can just chill out here for a bit. Anyways, yeah, invisible Stan. This is a graphics glitch that happens when you use Stan Lee's teleporting animation, because he goes invisible during it. And so if you cancel it, he just stays invisible, except for his glasses and his shield. Okay, so this is the... Oh, dang, did I miss the rolling attack? This is embarrassing. He can go out of bounds here. That's a thing. Okay, there's the rolling attack. That's what we're looking for. I've shut off the invisible Stan glitch. I'm good to go.
Your precious vibranium. How fitting that it will be the end of you.
When I was supervising LEGOthon, I didn't really have much time to practice. I could have done a lot before that, but before that I was working a lot, and I have a list of excuses that I can go through, but I just didn't really do the work. I practiced a couple tricks, so this is on me. Just for my muscle memory being from replay story and me not de-rusting. So I'm sorry about that. I don't know why I'm attacking him. It's not going to do anything. Like, you'll see in a second that he just regenerates his life. I'm really not sure why they have it if it doesn't mean anything. See, look, he's down to 0 life. The boss fight should be over, right? No, he's still alive. And oh look, he's gotten life back. You can get Black Panther to shoot him while he's up there, but as his life doesn't actually do anything, it's irrelevant. It would be really cool though if we could just quick kill him like this. this should be the end of the level. I was suddenly Spider-Man in that cutscene on the back of M'Baku. I'm just gonna write that off as free play rules.
Excelsior!
That's one of the few endgames in LEGO scenes that can't be sped up at all. Like status screens. I'm not sure if I said that. So, Hydra Hijinks. This is a level. It's the only vehicle level in the game. Unless you count High Noon Saloon, but I don't count High Noon Saloon. Because you're on a vehicle. You're not in a vehicle.
Knights, kingdoms, and jungles being our new neighboring districts.
You know,
So I hope I got good character RNG here. There's a chance that you'll get Yellow Jacket. And that's important. I got TSG, that should do. Oh dang, I did it. Oh no! Okay, so this happens if you don't do it quick enough and an enemy who triggers this cutscene gets killed by like one of your AI partners. It can happen, and when it does, it's unfortunate. There we go. So we gotta fly up over this invisible wall and land safely in here. If you do that quick enough without the enemy dying, then you can just skip that cutscene we just saw. Anyways, this is where demolition mode's like the most useful, because these guys die really quickly. And they come back twice, so they're super helpful. Gotta kill them again. If they get too close to Claw's force field, it sucks.
You are starting to get on my nerve.
Anyways, I killed him. So this is the vehicle segment. It's an auto-scroller and it's really bad. There's two characters. You can either choose to be this guy, where the turrets, only the aiming turrets are firing, or you can play as Captain America, where both the turrets at the front are firing and the aiming turrets are going as well. Because I'm not sure if this is a glitch or not, but you can actually just control both. I got early on Vibranium Soldier. This could be bad. These guys like appear sometimes, and usually there's a good chance that they appear towards the end and they only appear once. But I've had a couple situations where they appear early there, and I've had situations where they appear twice. So that's not a good vote of confidence towards what this is gonna look like. So one day I tried to practice this, my controllers ran out of batteries, so I had to reset the run, and there wasn't any more in the house. So, that's fun. So we have to use the singular cannon back here, because if you try to use the other, then it only aims forward. if there's any donations, Chimkin, feel free to read them. Oh wait, but I have to approve them, so Chimkin can't see them. Only Prince can do that. That's a problem. There, he's dead. We only got one Vibranium Soldier, which is good.
Excelsior!
Okay, so we're back in, and this time we're doing Hydra Hijinks. No, High Noon Saloon. That could have been bad. And we're gonna pick Drax. Even though Drax is in the character, like, roster at the start, he isn't in the second part, and that's where we need him.
Helped by the Avengers, my sources tell me. Sure, they didn't know they were helping Kang, but that's not the point, people. Because the heroes beat the Guardian of the Nexus Man thing.
I have my chat pulled up. How's the audio, by the way? Is it still bad?
To a single time zone.
So this is a MODOK boss fight. It's not the best. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. Wait, what? That isn't working? Wait, did I mess up? I think I might have messed up my custom character. That's not good. No, actually, you just can't. That's strange.
I am Drax the Destroyer. No one can match my skills at that.
Alright. Wait, does he not have agility? I guess that's not an ability you can actually get. That's pretty funny. I really hope that I didn't accidentally switch characters, because if I did, that could be really bad. Like as in switch players, I guess. Switch party members. I'm really not sure how to put it. stage. Sometimes I'm confused as to whether he started the cutscene or not, or if he's just going places. Please don't. And now is the train section. So I'm going to introduce something new. So in previous runs, you might have seen something called triple jump, where you press your air attack and then you switch as certain characters and it gives you a huge burst of momentum. We have that in this game, except it's a bit different, because in other games, you can only do that once per jump. Here, you can do it as much as you like. So we can just fly to the end of this train. Normally, like, regular flight and web swinging is disabled here, so that's why it's useful, because you can get the same purpose as flight. We can just fulfill it. There's also, like, it may be a bit faster to get vertical height. It's definitely faster to get vertical height when Drax flying. So that's something. Oh, I need to be here.
This is the end of the line for you, Kid Colt.
Now to be TSG, who is in the chat at the moment. That's the only way to live, man. Be TSG. You're wearing, it looks like you're wearing like a Canadian tuxedo, almost. That was not intentional.
How nice of you folks to round up my bounty for me. Why, it's practically gift wrapped. Now I just
So normally you're supposed to tip that seesaw in order to get order, but they just let you just slide around. Can anybody even hear me? I genuinely can't tell. So if this went right, he will go into the cannon. And I messed up. He can shrink, and that's important because you attack faster. You're the fastest character in the game because of it. Well, I messed up. So normally what's supposed to happen is when you enter that cannon, it warps another character over. I guess I switched by accident, but usually you're supposed to have him teleport over. But that didn't happen.
How do I get myself in these crazy situations?
Wait, hold on. I just discovered a new way to get fast Drax flying. That's pretty funny. Apparently, if you like get the boost and then you stay as a fast character, then you move way faster in general. So that's pretty cool. That like drastically speeds up the horizontal distance of Drax flying, but I guess that's only if you get TSG. TSG exclusive trick.
Excelsior!
So this level sucks. It's pretty much the same as it is, and it's a short boss fight as a level. That's what it is, and the boss fights are easily the worst part of this game.
As you can hear, Kang's Chronopolis
So there's a
has
reason
descended
why
into
it
a
sucks so
madman.
much, and
It
that's
looks like
bear
it's curtains
rules.
for us
I
for
hate
sure.
bear rules.
Our one sliver of hope is a plan to get into Kang's central citadel and take him down. Sources tell me Wasp has secured contact with an ally on the distant nowhere. That's a giant head of a celestial.
Odin, my king. The kingdom is lost. Our forces scattered.
Barrels are the main antagonist of this game, at least for speedrunners.
Take your realm, Thor!
Okay,
March to destruction!
this is Surtur, and how you defeat him is water. That's it. That's his weakness, water. Now I hope that I got my character customization right. Looks like I did not. That might be a heat beam. Oh yeah, it's a heat beam. I gave my character 2 heat beams. That's no good. So it looks like we're going to be using bear with swords for this one. So these are the barrels I'm talking about. They can break, and when that happens, it really sucks. Because you have to wait for them to respawn. They can be damaged by attacks. You can completely miss your throw for no reason. It's pretty bad.
You will fail! I am the mighty Thor, goddess of thunder.
It's to be debated whether or not it's faster to use the Loki or Cap to put out this fire. I genuinely have no clue. So now we fight him. He's a small boy now. There's his health bar. Oh. What? I just soft locked. That's a new one. It's a very new one. He said bye, and then he just left. This is a... Oh. Well, that happened. That was certainly interesting.
As you can hear, Kang's
He just
Chronopolis has
fell
descended
through
into
the
a
earth.
mad melee. It looks like it's curtains for us for sure. Our one sliver of hope is a...
Yeah?
I'm going to take your realm, Thor!
I can't believe I made my estimates so low. I'm so dumb.
March to destruction!
We're gonna be super behind because of this. Okay, barrels.
The mighty Thor will make short work of this. Nothing can dim the flames of Muspel! You will fail!
So let's not get him hurt in the void this time.
Wow, what the heck happened just now?
don't have a small character, do I? Did TSG just crash the game? Thankfully not.
Watch out around his feet. Talking weed, people.
He's dead. But not the bad kind of dead. You can actually soft lock here as well. So normally with these like bumper sections, you're usually only able to reach a couple and it'll usually just bounce back. But you can reach 2 here, and if you use that one, you can't use the pad again. So you soft lock. It's happened to me before. Here's Gwenpool. She is the worst character in this game. She's very annoying in story, but thankfully in free play she doesn't say anything. Oh, never mind. I lied. She's even worse with helium mode on. But I mean, at least it makes it go quicker. So dialogue in this game speeds up when you put on helium mode, but cutscenes don't. So it's inconsequential, but it's a meme. Oh no, I'm not doing that again. Okay. Big Heads is best extra. Don't at me. I just feel bad because I'm gonna be so overestimate. Like, we might be put back half an hour.
Excelsior!
But big heads. It's funny. Have you looked at Rocket Raccoon's big head? His neck is like super long. It's great. Stanley. Do you think his parents knew what they were doing when they named him Stan? They knew. They probably did, and they decided to give that name to a child. Frankly, I don't blame them. May you rest in peace. Pretty sure we just picked TSG for this one.
Just when you thought things couldn't get any stranger around here, our city's heroes have come up with the most harebrained idea to defeat Kang this reporter has ever heard. It involves the help of Cosmo the Space Dog and the planet Nowhere.
It's a lot. This game is a really big roster. Also, we're doing it this way. This is a free play only method of doing things. And not this part. what we're about to do in a second. Alright, I need to destroy that. Takes a lot to build a small handle. So the objective of this game is to trace the 5 runes that you see up there, which can get pretty bad if you make a wrong input. There's like a whole bunch of different patterns you can get. This thankfully is one of the shortest ones. And Rune to Maneuver, this is the only one where all the runes shapes are set beforehand. Every other one is random. The one that you don't want when they're randomized is the star one. So yeah, that's what's free play only. You can just fly up there. Usually you have to get a portal in order to get all your characters up, but here you don't. This is the star one. It takes the most time and it's the most tricky.
Boy, I could use a superhero right now.
So sometimes I forget to do this one and that's pretty bad. So this is actually a reroute of what we used to do. We used to do the one at the very top of the stairs last, like in this room, but things changed with the discovery of a skip a while back. This room sucks. This room is what makes Rune to Maneuver so bad. And it's because of this. It's stupid precise. And also you have to go around sometimes. See? Like, that looks like it's in, but it's actually not. And if you push a bit too far, then it doesn't go in at all. So it can be frustrating, to say the least. You can hit them to, like, set them on a direct course, which saves time when it actually works, which isn't too often. That was a mistake, by the way. Usually I like to save that one for last because it gets in the way of all the others, but I guess it worked out here, so we're good. Here we're hitting them. There. They're in position. Are they? Did I mess up? I don't feel like I did. Okay. They try to challenge me and they die instantly. Fools. They do not know the power I possess. Please. See? Sometimes it's just inconsistent as to whether or not you attack it. But it generally saves time when you get it. Oh. Well. Am I in? No, I went too far. See? The depth perception here is really bad, and so the fact that it's so precise is what makes this suck. There we go. Sometimes it just doesn't work for some reason. I don't actually know why, but I don't know. I wasn't really a big Jimmy Neutron fan growing up. Wasn't my thing. So this is an out of bounds that can be done in story as well. You just walk through here. They didn't put any collision, so you can just drop in. And we're gonna use it to clip through the floor here and get... I messed it up. That doesn't happen very often. Oh wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do. So yeah, that's the out of bounds. Usually you clip into there and it saves time, but I think I might have lost time a bit or just tied it. Oh dang, small characters can just fit right in there. I genuinely didn't know that. Okay, that's all of them.
That's it. Quickly, everyone.
So this is Mordo.
To think that anyone but Dormammu could rule this new world.
This boss fight isn't great.
Ridiculous.
I know, surprise from this game. Definitely. We're gonna be so behind schedule.
Come again.
And it's my fault. I'm the organizer. I could have changed everything.
Get the mindless ones. Serve your master, Dormammu.
I'm really bad at life. I knew that it was a bad estimate. I knew it, and I just chose not to change it at all. So this is a bad. I don't like it. These guys can get in your way, and you're supposed to hit all of these at once. But these guys just stand wherever they please. See? They can get in the way like that. It sucks. AI characters are sometimes a burden. Most of the time a burden. They're the villains of LEGO speedrunning.
Won't be able to deal with this. It would appear that I am needed.
You can actually ground pound him as he comes up, which does some damage, but I didn't get it.
All of existence shall succumb to the dark dimension.
I forgot those guys can get in the way. That's not gonna get it either because I missed this guy. This is bad. I genuinely feel horrible. Maybe I'll just never speedrun.
Strange. Are you in there, Strange? My magic is now superior to all.
In story, it's fastest to do this fight with She-Hulk.
What was that?
Now this is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. 3 if you count the real life TSG. That's far too many. 1 is more than enough.
Perhaps you'd like some more friends to play with.
I hate these guys. I keep forgetting that they exist. They take no damage like that. It's super optimal to hit them as they come up. You can get a lot of damage in then. I'm gonna use a team up attack here. Usually I try not to use them, but I might as well. Wow, I'm just dying over and over again. It doesn't really matter though, I don't care about studs.
The earth and all its people.
someone could pull up my free play PB, I want to know how far behind I am. My estimate was ahead of my PB. What was I thinking? Because I was like, oh, I have all this free time saved. There's so much stuff that I found. Oh my gosh, I'm a genius. That was my first run ever. I'm gonna definitely beat it next time. I was such an idiot. Oh wait, I already did that, which means that we're on this.
Iron Fist, a man of his word, now joins the practically useless Spider-Man to show how a real hero does things. That webhead couldn't punch his way out of a paper bag. Ha!
Oh. Wow, I didn't have any flying characters geared up. Wait, I spawned out of bounds. That's a new one. Wait, what? I locked up for a second. You have to go really far out in order to escape the death barrier. Here's the door. That's what I've been looking for.
Watch your step here. It's about to warm up.
So I've had a theory where if you touch that thing right there, it'll end the level, but there's no way to get through it. If you try to go out of bounds, you just die, basically. This would be a good spot for TSG. But he's not here. That's not what I wanted. Oh, screw it. Do I have... I don't have... Okay, there we go.
Now for a taste of my true power.
This tornado thing's dumb. Wow. Whoa. What? That is indeed a new one. The game has decided that today it's just gonna break. And that's Kunlun Conundrum. These next levels that are coming up, I like to call them the Broken Trilogy in story, because they're the 3 levels that are one after the other in the same like storyline. There's branching paths in this game, which kind of separates it from other LEGO games. And it's the Guardians of the Galaxy and Inhuman storyline. All 3 of these levels in story have skips that completely like sequence break the first part of them. Including one that like saves 10 minutes. There's a level where broken strats and stories save 10 minutes over regular strats. And that's just one level. I have no clue. I'm not a fast masher. That's why I get really bad times in Gunship. Here it is. So there's a couple things that I can do here. Some fun things. Like there's some options. I can either fly directly out of bounds or we can have fun.
Oh,
Do you guys like fun?
News
I do.
never sleeps, so neither do I. And neither does the task of collecting.
We're gonna do a launch.
Now, to find that nexus.
Oh. Bad character RNG. It's no big deal. So yeah, we're out of bounds. We could fly up here. Or, no. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm not even sure how that happened. So you can kind of get a bit past like the regular flight barrier by canceling your flight and then redoing it in midair. That's a thing. Okay, so this is the launch right here. I'm gonna switch to Old Lace. I'm gonna run a bit. Oh, did I not get it? Oh, there we go. That's the launch, baby. Sometimes you can go way up high that you have to spend like 20 seconds just going down in order to see any part of the level. It's pretty funny. Wow, I didn't know the load zone extends all there.
You pathetic
Clip
beasts
it
stand
if you
accused
want to
of
see
being
it.
in my way. Now you'll feel my righteous judgment. Your bones will make excellent toys for my
So this is another one of those mini bosses where you can demolition mode them. So that's pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to find a character that would be good, but I can't. I'm gonna choose TSG, baby. Only the sides of them can be like quick killed though. It's weird.
I suppose I must pass sentence on you myself.
So you basically want to stay out of his way when he's doing that spin because it'll knock you back. And you want to hit him while he's stunned. But you want to be as close to him as possible when he starts the startup animation because you can make his trajectory way shorter. That's one of the better boss fights because it actually has speed strats and it's pretty quick. Next up we have the Inhumans, nobody's favorite superheroes. the ones that Marvel were hoping would be like the next chapter in their franchise, and then just fizzled out and didn't matter. So this is a very, very, very strange kind of clip. This is like one of the first old lace clips ever found, if not the first.
Seems that those Kree the Guardians went after aren't working alone. A source informed me the Kree made a deal with another Kang stooge, an inhuman commonly known as Maximus the...
So in story, we do what's called a freeze clip, which you'll see a bit later. But here, because nobody else has mod status, I'd have to contact an SRC mod for that. And well, other than Prince, but Prince isn't available at the moment. I'm gonna pick someone who's faster. So if you do this, did I do it? Oh no, I didn't. I guess I have to maybe. Oh dang, that's new. I'm learning a lot this run. A lot. Like a lot. More than I ever thought I would. That's a new clip right there. I mean, like, the spot is the same as many others, but that method? I've never seen it before. I know that happens when you're not a mod. You can't see donations that haven't been approved if you're not a mod. And I didn't contact the main SRC guy who can actually do mods, because for some reason SRC is stupid and won't allow you to do anything with marathons, even if you're a mod. I really don't get it. It's really dumb.
The Terrigen Mists gave me my powers, but only I can decide when to use them. I cannot use this. I feel like the proverbial fish out of water.
So the thing about this elevator is that you don't even need to stand on it when it goes up. You just need to activate it, and then you can just run off, and oh my gosh, that's a lot of donations.
The people of Atalan will be safer under my protection. Why can't anyone...
There's nothing for them to donate to. We don't have any more incentives. They all got met. This sucks. I really don't understand why sometimes these handles work, sometimes they don't.
What was that? Damaged it? Now I'm beginning to get rather cross. Good thing I'm never out of my element.
Yeah, with big head mode, Medusa's hair, like, is kind of crazy. It just kind of goes everywhere. So we're gonna do a trick pretty soon. And it is this in a second.
No! No, 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 no!
Maximus has... You should have donated more. Maximus has this attack. Not this attack, but this next section involves going through like an auto-scroller and dodging lasers so that you can get to the end. And you can... Please don't freeze on me. and you can use Black Bolt's voice to shatter this thing. But in this middle of the cutscene, you can just shatter it right then and there. But the thing is, you still have to wait for the auto-scroller to be over, but it actually saves like 20 seconds maybe, because the cutscene triggers immediately and you don't have to charge your voice then and wait for the animation to finish. That's a more recent discovery as well. It's something that I used in the Story World record. Yeah, so you'll see that the cutscene just starts right then and there. And because you have to wait for the cutscene to end anyways, like, doing it loses no time. So this next level's route is exactly the same as it is in story mode. This is the thing that skips 10 minutes. This is actually the first out of bounds that was ever found in this game. The first useful out of bounds. I think that there was like a couple. I mean, Noir Nightmare, the lunch clip, is technically an out of bounds, but I mean, it doesn't really count. I made a rule it doesn't count. Because you don't actually clip and you don't see anything outside the void and you can't get out of the map.
Up again with Black Bolt and the Inhumans. You'll remember their mission to secure
Well,
their
unless you
beloved
fly.
Outlander,
So I guess maybe it's an out of bounds.
the guy with the second most powerful voice around here after yours truly.
This was the first real out of bounds that I ever found. Okay, so it's just this. There's a little gap in the collision that they put if you go under this thing. Oh, did I mess it up? Yeah, there's a pit there that if you go in, you... So, yeah. And we can just... There's a gap here that allows us to go out of bounds. Now, this next part is really stupid. How this boss fight ends is you hit this thing's core 3 times. And usually you only get to do that after you defeat all the Guardians. But in its first phase, you can just straight up attack it. Like that. And so you can end that boss fight right away, because they never made it so you couldn't attack that. It took me longer than I care to admit to find that out. It's not though. That skip saves 10 minutes. Usually it's like my original split before I found the skip in story was 11 minutes or so. Like a bit more than 11 minutes. And now if you do everything right, it's 1 minute and like 30 seconds or something like that. So it's a dumb skip. It's 2 skips technically, but I treat them as 1. So if you open that like early enough, it says that you're in Kang's Citadel for some reason. I don't know why that is, but it is. So, Old Lace. This level's actually really, really interesting.
Things are looking bad. And I mean down to my last bagel bad. But if these heroes are this city's best shot at stopping
So
Kang,
you wouldn't really
let's
think
try
that
to
there's
go
much of a
team
use
spirit.
for out of bounds here,
Show 'em how
considering
it's
that
done,
it's
Captain
like
America.
basically 2
Take it to
boss
the Water City
fights.
of Lemuria.
But it's
I
actually
thought about another
extremely
Nexus
useful. There's no trigger or anything, like
Dark
other
ominous
levels,
tunnel.
but there's
Surely
other
they
stuff.
aren't falling into a trap. I mean, I'm
So I'm gonna do some character swapping right here. And so I'm gonna try this anyways. Oh, there's already a Groot in my party? Okay, whack. Wait, what did I just do? Alright. So we're just gonna clip into here. Wait, what? Why did it switch me? So this is bad. Stupid enemies. Wow. This is not going well. Too early. I'm actually losing time here despite the fact that I did really bad. Okay, there we go.
People of the car, I think we need even more action, yes?
Now we're just gonna do a regular old lace clip. Nothing special.
Boy, I could use a superhero right now.
We're gonna switch to Crystal here, and I'll show you why in a minute. So we gotta go far out if we want to avoid a death trigger. I think we avoided it. So they store everything in this level under the ground. And usually there's like a Cronin, which is what Torg is in, so we can destroy his remains that are under the map that spawn in after you use that shield early, even though the Cronin isn't spawned in yet. And so you can make his remains appear. And while we're down here, we're just gonna get rid of these things. Where's the heat spot? There's like a spot where it turns to heat, but never mind, I guess. I'll just skip that. It's not that necessary. Actually, it is. What did I just do? I'm dumb. I'm super dumb. I'm going back.
Get me out of here.
Oh my gosh, why? I'm so dumb. It's, you can tell it's been a bit. There, that's what we want. We don't want that camera though. That's a terrible camera. There we go. There's like a very specific spot you need to hit it with. Okay, there. Well, I lost a whole bunch of time. So that's pretty cool. And this level has one of my biggest time saves in my PB, and I'm losing time here. Now there's 2 fighters, because I guess they're excessive. What do I... What am I doing? Oh, right, I don't need to do that, because I broke the thing, the little plate that was underground, which means that you just immediately, as soon as possible, can do that. Oh, what? Oh, that sucks. That means I'm gonna lose so much time. I just lost a whole bunch of time because of that. I didn't even switch characters. I don't know what's happening today. I guess while I have the time. Alright, so here's the clip again. Now it's important. Okay, so at this point in the fight, there's, here, I'll get it out. Okay, bye. So, this thing right there, this is when it becomes active. And you can just end the level, because that's the thing that usually ends the level, and it's just setting under here and it's finally active. What's my timer at? I need to know.
Excelsior!
Like, I'm asking, could somebody please tell me what my timer is? Anybody? It's important. Please. Could. Oh, 140? No way. You're kidding me, right? I'm ahead. I'm ahead. No, I'm not. I'm behind. I lied. I was looking at something completely different. Anyways, this is Tornado. I am currently behind. So behind. Oh my gosh.
Talking as long as there's someone left to listen. Still on the trail of the Nexus fragments. Haven't they found them?
7 minutes behind.
Our heroes hope it's second time lucky getting into Lemuria. This time they're out for payback, and the Hulk is just the game.
No one will be able to stop us.
So this is sad because there's a character in this game. He's a crab, and he's what you use to cut this. His name is Herbert, and he walks so funny. Like he walks horizontally. He sidesteps, but we skip him by doing that. So everybody say bye to Herbert. He's stuck under a rock for all of eternity. He's a hermit. Herbert the hermit crab.
I am free! Free!
Oh, there I go. Okay. I'm frozen. Oh wait, it's the X button. I can't see because the character card's in the way. So this part you could technically, this coming part you could technically memorize if you're good at video games. But I am not good at video games. I used to have it memorized when I was grinding this game like every other day, every weekend. So you're supposed to get these shells to match up, but the shells patterns, like the colors within them, never change. Which means technically you could get this memorized, you could get it down. Not here. So this next part is kind of a boss fight. Not at all, really. I don't know if it was like a dev glitch or something. If they just like had a big oversight. I don't know what's going on.
No matter. Time for a little wake-up call. You can't escape from the
Oh, why am I hitting him? My entire point was I don't need to hit him. He has like a fainting animation and everything, but it really doesn't matter. You can build that right away and it changes nothing. Oh wait, I'm not
Anything can happen in
captain.
the next little while. What? No! Let me out of here! Ah!
Wait, was that him? Yep.
No! Get away, you unusual fish! Get away, you unusual fish! Get away, you unusual fish!
He says it every time. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it's definitely strange. So Hulk can skip like past this. Usually there's like a flood of water that comes in, but Hulk can just walk right through it. I didn't manage to do it there. I thought that maybe TSG had a chance, so I just lost all that time where it's filing in. So that's unfortunate. Can I go through the door, please? Can my game stop lagging, please? Those shark's teeth can stop you. It sucks. Game?
Okay, no more tricks. Let's settle this once and for all. Give it up, Atuma. There's no way out. The break Atuma, give up. Never.
So this is another boss fight where I've soft locked by putting him in the water and having him sink down. Favorite LEGO game trick-wise? Well, I've come to be fond of this game trick-wise because I found all the tricks pretty much. Prince found like maybe a couple jumps, a couple time saves, but other than that, I managed to find like 5 different methods of flipping in this game. More than that, probably. It's just what I've poured a lot of my time into and my dedication to the point where I just like this game trick-wise because it's mine. Someone's mowing the lawn. If you hear that noise, that's what it is. Alright. Free play. More like Glee play.
Where should I go for lunch?
Where's Old Lace?
Something must have gone down in the Cave of Dragons.
Okay, so in the Runaways DLC pack, there's Old Lace's owner and telepathic conversation partner, I guess, named Gertrude Yorks. And in this game, Gertrude Yorks can sit on Old Lace's back. And they actually use the exact same coding that they do for Groot and Rocket as they do for Gert and Old Lace. And as a side effect of that, Rocket Raccoon can also sit on Old Lace. He's the only other character who can do this. And vice versa, Gert can sit on Groot's, not Groot's, pretty much Groot's face. Not like that. Didn't mean like that. But not you like Rocket Raccoon hangs off Groot's shoulder, but like he just sits dead in the center. Okay, so this clip's weird. I don't know why it works the way it does, but if you just like start flying, then you can just, all of a sudden you can just go out of bounds if you just switch. You're like, it's a very weird surface. There's no other surface in the game like that I've actually found before. So that's interesting to me. Oh no! I messed it up. Oh well, it's an easy fix. Oh dang, not really I guess. Please fit on there. We actually need 2 characters. So that's the reason why we have to do this twice. Because 2 characters are required for this part. Oh, look at poor old Lace. Do I have a utility character on this? I really hope I do.
Someone else can handle this.
Please load. That took forever. I thought it was already dropped. I thought it was like dropped in, so I dropped in just to drop out. Why does it take so long to switch to TSG? Is he just too powerful? Oh right, he can't do that. Yeah, tractor. That's a vehicle that people use sometimes. You could technically 1P2C this so that you have all these digged up as they go over it, but I don't do that because it's difficult and I'm not good at 1P2C as has been established. Oh, stupid. These electric guys are the worst.
As soon as I start, Kang will send everything he has at us. I need to maintain total concentration, so please keep them away from me for as long as you can. If you get overwhelmed, there's a panel over there that you can use to call in a strike from one of our Quinjets. Get ready, here they come.
Oh, I skipped a level. Oops. My bad. It's a good thing I remembered. Did I clipped inside the bubble for a second. there they are. These red guys suck. They're like bullies from Super Mario in the sense that they can only be knocked off platforms. That's the only way they can die. I have to go back and do a level. So this next level, we used to just Drax fly the entire way through and just skip a whole bunch of puzzles. This next game, they just didn't program in any, I mean this next level they didn't program in any invisible walls over the doors that are blocking you from progressing. And that led to it being the most broken level in story for like the first little bit of the game when there was only jumping skips and I wasn't the best glitch hunter, but I could. And then I found Drax Fly, and that made free play more broken. I used to use Gravity Mine Hovers in free play when I was playing around with it. Gravity Mine Hovers are not in this category anymore, but they were like the glitch when I was starting out. It basically means like you can do like a fly by using Star-Lord's gravity mines. Game. We're gonna pick Drax here. It's important.
This is the only news that matters, as it may be the only news left in Manhattan. Kang! I have it on good authority that Thor's taken the hunt for Nexus fragments to the ancient Egyptian area of Chronopolis. The pharaoh there has no love for Kang, it seems, and is allowing our heroes access to the tomb and the fragment inside.
Hey Chimkin, if you're listening to this, I know this is a lot to ask, but can you prep like the next runner, like while I'm still running? When I start the second to last level, can you start preparing them, please? Thanks. The second to last level is called No Isan of Mine. I don't have my splits up, so. It's basically, this level and then the level after, that's when I need you to start prepping them, is 2 levels from now. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I'm so used to story. I just lost a whole bunch of time because of that. I didn't need to do that at all. There was no need for me to do that because I don't actually do anything with that. I don't. But okay, I guess. I was busy thinking. There's 4 levels left in this run, counting this one. Is he not strong? Okay.
Didst thou think I would not be here in our time of need?
So how this level works is that there's 2 separate parties, and those 2 parties work together in order to solve things. Solve puzzles that happen on each other's little paths and they don't meet up until the end. But this is completely broken, and so now what's supposed to be the last switchover, well, that's why it's targeting over there, is now the first switchover. So we're gonna do a freeze clip. This is the first freeze clip in the run, and it's one of the many things that could break this game potentially if we had a character who could freeze in every level. But we don't, because life's not fair. It's my favorite that's my favorite choice-based story game. Life's not fair. So we're gonna just fly over here after that freeze clip. There was one time where I crashed, and that's the origin of the infamous musical Toffee Time clip that Prince got a lot of enjoyment out of, where I sang my frustrations after losing the first sub 3 hour run to a crash. Wasn't fun. Fun it was not.
You will taste my power.
That sucks when that happens. That boulder gets in the way
What is
for
he
no
doing with
reason.
that orb? It's protecting him. We won't be able to attack while it's charged. This might be our chance. Get ready. No! You are not welcome here. You'd hope the first words he'd utter would be more pleasant.
Scorpion poison is the worst. It really is.
What? You fools. I am awoken, and this is how you treat me? He's starting to return to his former self. Then we may be able to reason with him? I don't think so, especially if he destroys us first.
Dead. Alright. So there's 3 levels left in this run. We're almost towards the end, folks. I know it's been a long road, and I'm sorry for everything. This is actually like one of the longest LEGO games, not because of like the fact that it's undeveloped, just because the fact it has 20 really long levels that casually, even if you were playing really fast, would take 10 minutes each. Some of them would take, like there's a couple that would take less than that, but most of them are like 10 minutes each. But some mostly more than that, and there's super long loading screens everywhere. If I could pull up my first splits, then things would be more, like my first ever run, things would be way more than 10 for each split. On board the sword. So this is a one that has a huge trick that wasn't actually done in my PB.
I've got good news for you. The plan to bring in Nowhere from who knows where was successful. Admittedly, Kang got wind of the plan at the last minute and tried to send a different head-shaped planet through the portal. But that didn't deter the heroes. Despite certain naysayers around here, the good guys have found there was a use for Nowhere. Finally, we can get rid of this bozo. This could...
Warfare on this.
Hey guys, you know what time it is? It's time for yet another trigger that the devs put in that we were never supposed to use. But guess what? No trigger can hide from me. No siree. I am the trigger hunter. What time is it?
What
It's 5:34. We're running behind.
To stop my inevitable triumph. How utterly amusing.
Wait, can I? I don't think so. No, I can't. Would have been cool if I could, but I can't. So I gotta make sure that I'm up against the ceiling for this one. And thankfully, I'm just gonna fly over. Oh, okay. Oh, alright. I thought that since you have your run after this, I thought that, like, I was... Okay. So I think the trigger's down here. Oh, that's new. I just clipped in mounds, I'm pretty sure. Did I? I think I did. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate is the theme of this run. Everything's unfortunate. I don't exactly know where the trigger is, which is a problem, to say the least. It's an elusive one. The most elusive of all of them. I really don't get it. Like, where is it? Oh, there it is. I found it. Yay. This is the worst boss fight in the game. And that's including the next one, which is not peachy either. Let me tell you, it's not good. I mean, I saved time here over my PB, because that's a new skip, and my PB's, this level of my PB was really bad. These guys suck. This game is, I mean, this boss fight is entirely based around auto-targeting. And yet these guys show up and make it so you can't auto-target the boss. And I'm trying to deal with them, but I can't, because this game's bad. And then, it's just so stupid. I'm losing time for no reason other than this game's auto-targeting system is really stupid, and the AI is really stupid as well. It's a bad, bad, bad boss fight. I just gotta, like, pray that these shots hit. This is Korvac, by the way. He looks nothing like he did in the previous game. He's all pig now. In the previous game, he was just like a ball of flame. He looked like the Human Torch had a baby with Ghost Rider. But in this game, he's pink, baby. What if it was purple? You know that meme? That's the embodiment of what the devs thought when making this boss fight. And those shots push me back because this game's great. Please let me kill him. Please. Okay, there we go. What's the time? I don't think it's good. I think we're going way over estimate. Okay, so Derek, I think that you should maybe start the stream up now so that we can be very ready. Like, go talk to Chimkin. We have to be very ready once this ends, just so that we can maintain some semblance of time.
Excelsior!
Oh, you're kidding. Oh my gosh. if that time's correct, then that means that I'm only going to be like a minute or so off my estimate. No, that's not true. I lied. I very much lied. I lied to you. Right now I'm 2 minutes behind my PB, which means that I'm gonna be 4 minutes behind my estimate. Anyways, this is the level, and it sucks for reasons that I will tell you. I mean, casually it doesn't suck. This is technically the first level, but I do it next to last because it's a very tilting level to go through first. You will never get a run out of this.
What? I just talked into here.
Like, never. You will never get a run out of this first level. Maybe like 1% of the time if you had it first, because you'd be so inclined to reset. And that's because of a little thing called ESON RNG, which I'll talk about later. Okay. Guess what? Unintended triggers, baby. Oh, that was close.
Okay,
That first segment isn't even that long normally, but it's super short when you do it the free play way.
I said the Guardians of the Galaxy. Because I know there are a bunch of... Oh, hello, Guardians. Thank you for your assistance. A rescue boat should be arriving to pick up the last of the civilians now. Please do everything you can to help clear the area, but keep an eye out for Kang's forces.
An eye out? How does she expect us to see if we...
Figure of speech, Drax. All right, Guardians. Looks like we got work to do.
So dialogue's gonna be way ahead of this cutscene, because that's just how it works. And I accidentally triggered the suit. That sucks. It's a good thing you can cancel that animation. So we can switch inside this hamster ball, which is good, because I want to be Star-Lord for this. Because this is one of, like, maybe 2 gravity mines that we actually use in this category. Alright. Alright, you're gonna see a funny cutscene soon. It's great with big head mode, I love it. I want you to keep an eye on Rocket's head for this one. It's coming up. I don't really need to do anything because it just starts whether I like it or not. So yeah, Rocket looks pretty normal, right? Well, hold on a sec. And boop. It doesn't even look like his head gets any bigger. His neck just extends. I love it. usually, since in free play, like 1P2 see this, so that while you're completing the main part, you come over here and you do that iron cage early. It would only save a little bit of time if you execute it optimally. Hey, where's... Can I get a group? Root, where are you at?
I am Groot. Guess we're doing a little overtime, huh? Hey, is that thing attacking my ship? Not cool.
Let's move before it does any more damage.
The Milano could explode at any minute. It's too dangerous to get inside.
Rocket, is it possible to access the defense systems remotely?
Maybe. It's worth a shot in any case.
Alright, so you can actually kind of hit this ship if you're positioned right in this cutscene, but you can't really see the target, so early shots are hard to get consistently. So you don't know where the cursor actually is. And the ship's always on a different cycle, so you can't consistently do the same inputs and get it. So this next boss is Isan, and he sucks. He's almost as bad as Korvac, if not more. And that's because at the start, you cannot progress in this boss fight unless he wants you to. In order to continue, you need to get him to smash the ship. But the thing is, he smashes the ship when he pleases. There's nothing you can do to influence it. So he can either smash it the second time he ever smashes, the first rewind, or he can do it like 5 smashes later. And it sucks, because it can lose you 2 minutes. It's like Dooku Skip if Dooku Skip was the intended way of accomplishing something.
Watch out, guys! This day just gets better and better. Did you do something to get on this thing's bad side, Peter?
Why does everyone keep asking me that? No, not this time.
Let's see if we get it. I don't think we will. I never do. See, I don't get it. He's not gonna smash it. I wish he will, but he won't.
Wait! What the heck just happened?
Best guess?
Which means I have to wait
Time
now.
travel technology.
Oh! Oh, that's actually pretty good. I might save time here. I mean, I don't have my splits going, so I don't know. But I don't think it was all that great in my PB. Maybe not if I do something like that. Some dumb stuff. I need to look for Star-Lord.
Not in the mood to be bothered by you bitches right now.
Hey, I think it's working.
All right. So this ship comes back to life, and now we can shoot it. And this also
What
sucks
the heck just happened? The ship. it renewed
because
itself.
you have to target, but the screen shakes, which makes it impossible for you to actually like get it when you want it. There's a chance that you could just the screen will shake and you'll completely miss your shot. So you can only really do it when it stands still. I'm getting kind of some shots while it's there, but the screen shakes often, and so that sucks. Hey, that wasn't actually too bad. Could have been worse.
Yeah, that did it. Hey, I think I see a weak spot on his shoulder. Leave it to me. Nothing shall stand in my way.
So that little thing on his shoulder, I've tried to clip into it early, but what happens is until it's ready, there's a death trigger in there. And so if you try to clip into it, you'll just die. This boss fight is the most well-made part of this game. And by well-made is subjective, because it's a terribly designed boss fight. The design is horrible and the programming isn't all that great, but it's pretty skip-proof. And that sucks, because I would love a skip for this. If I had any money, I'd offer a bounty, but I'm broke, so.
Guys, I think we just took out his power.
I'm saving up for a new microphone.
Yeah, what she said. Do that.
So I'm gonna try to be Star-Lord again here. So I can actually get in some gravity mines early if I get it right, but I think I'm a bit too far away.
Hey, Crow, you see what I see?
No, I got it.
Scary robot that wants
That
to
actually
destroy us?
saves like
Yeah,
a fair bit of time.
Nah, I'm talking about the gravity booster in his chest. Think you could use that? You need to attach the gravity mine to something as powerful as
So now we gotta hang on for dear life.
Good point. We should definitely use it.
So now we're moving on, this time to Out of Time, believe it or not. This is the real last level in the game. It's where you actually take Kang down. And I came across a really interesting video on YouTube one time where somebody managed to get Kang to fall through the floor using gravity mines, and I recreated that once. But that was before I knew how to clip out of that area so I could see where he went. I've been trying to recreate it ever since, and I've never gotten it again.
Excelsior!
There's actually, like, you can see right there that, like, the comic that you collect by getting all the mini kits, like, the comic cover is for Nova, but that version of Nova isn't in this game. Only the new Nova, which is Sam Alexander. And so I find it interesting that they, like, make a reward for a game with a character who isn't even in it. And Nova Sam Alexander is DLC as well. So I don't really get it. They don't have Nova in the base game, but they put a Nova comic as one of the rewards. Please load. This would have been world record if I hadn't kept going until like all those levels in story. Probably at least. Alright. Hello? Okay. Psh.
I'm J. Jonah Jameson, and this is it! The big one! The mother, no, the grandmother of all showdowns! It's taken a lot for us to get here, but finally, Kang is on the back foot as the assembled heroes take the fight to his front door. Kang said he wanted to face worthy opponents. Well, now he's got them. By the bucketful. Let's hope they get it done quick and return Manhattan to what passes for normal. One thing's for sure when they do, I'm taking...
So you can slip in here with the cage where Stan Lee is.
The very idea that you
And if you do, then you can clip there. I know, fascinating, right? Can you do this? No, he's a boomer, of course not.
But I'm Stan Lee. Ooh, this looks like my specialty.
What's pretty good? The skip? There's like 1,000 of them. You missed the thousands of clips in every level. So this is what gave me trouble in my world record for any percent on any percent per replay story. This cutting sword thing sucks, where if you are positioned wrong, then you can't complete it. It doesn't actually fall out. And so I just did a whole bunch of tries where every time I reached the bottom of it, and it just decided that it wanted me to stop. I mean, you're not missing much. It was a really bad run.
Ah, at last you made it. How honored you must feel to finally be in my direct presence. However, if you insist on challenging me, I have little choice but to do what needs to be done. Oh, what a magnificent challenge you've been. I shall almost miss you.
Alright, TSG, it's your last hurrah.
Where am I?
He just walked away from me. Rude. When that happen, you don't want that to happen, by the way. Him just getting caught up in there, it actually loses time. This is the attack that you can theoretically clip him into the ground with. Not theoretically, I know that it's a thing. You can, but only if you're in super specific scenarios. So how this boss fight works is he just keeps calling back things from the earlier game after you fight him with different weapons for a bit.
Could I bring back next?
And it's all you have to do is just a really lenient quick time event. Did I just jump towards it? I jumped towards it somehow. Oh no, I didn't. I keep thinking I missed Marvel.
Are you prepared for this?
This boss fight isn't actually the last part of the game, I should add. It's not really the final boss. I guess it is, because it's the final boss fight. Section after this is a weird little kind of prologue segment. I mean, it's still the climax, but it's a very, very strange segment. Oh crap. That's a cautionary, that's a hazard when you're playing as characters like this, is activating the beam when you just mean to mash. Every time he gets hit, he keeps jumping back. I think that was actually not bad. Oh, is this the segment where he, yeah, okay. I'm gonna need to be Doctor Strange if I want this, because otherwise I just freeze. And then that's Isan. He's back to help us. He's caused us enough torment, so he decided he would help us for once. Anyways, I'm in his fist. Okay, here's the last part of the game. If it'll load. I have 2 different heat beams for this situation because I'm an idiot and I did my custom character wrong. Even though I prepared it partly with all my abilities beforehand, I just kind of messed up and made it a heat beam instead of an electric beam by accident. It honestly seems like every character creator after this was a step down, because in Incredibles, you have power sets. In DC supervillains, you can only have so many powers, but that's because it's integral to the main story. I get that, like balancing, but it was cool to be able to just have like complete control over your character. Like what abilities they have in depth.
System sensors realigned. Scanners modulated. Awaiting user input.
Okay, so time is coming up when I land the last hit on him. When we clash for the last time, I'll tell you when that is. It'll be a bit after this.
I'm too powerful for anything.
It's when he does the high kick to his face.
You can't control what you don't understand, Kang.
I'll tell you when. I believe it's this one, but I could be wrong. And time. Don't know what that was. Anyways, thank you guys for watching my run. I'm sorry it was a mess, but okay. Yeah, that's it. Thanks. I want to give a shout outs to our restreamers once more. I'm gonna do it again. But Justin, Shimkin, and Mickey, you're amazing.
Because we worked as a team.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's 3 minutes off world record.
You poor fools. Did you
GG.
think this was a game you could
Thanks.
win?
Anyways, bye. I'm gonna
I will
pass it over to the
simply
next
rewind
run.
the timeline so that your